first priority of the Albanese government is to keep Australians safe.
Well, isn't it remarkable that Labor has not once mentioned the tens of thousands of Australians in Lebanon right now, seen a barrage of Israeli bombs and missiles, destroying neighbourhoods, killing hundreds, driving 700,000 Lebanese homeless. Not one word from Labor about those Australians, not one word, because apparently those Australians aren't an obligation of Labor to keep safe.
And the judgment the government made was that it was in Australia's interests for Iran to not be able to obtain a nuclear weapon.
Well, Acting Deputy President, not one credible expert has said Iran was anywhere near getting nuclear weapons, and Labor's great mate Donald Trump said only weeks ago that he'd obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program. And why the silence from Labor, the Coalition and One Nation, the three war parties, on Israel's nearly 200 illegal nuclear weapons, and why won't Labor sign on to the treaty to prohibit nuclear weapons?
Our government has been clear. We are not taking offensive action against Iran.
And again here, Australians see through this deception. Labor dragging us into this war based on deception and lies. Even just if you look at the AWAC aircraft we're sending into the war zone. Australia sends that aircraft in, a rare asset in a war zone which is overwhelmingly an air war. If you also see Australian troops embedded in US nuclear submarines that are sinking Iranian vessels on the high seas, hundreds more throughout the US military, Pine Gap and North West Cape. Labor, AUKUS, the war parties have dragged us right into the centre of this illegal war, and no one buys anything different.
One heartwarming moment through this conflict has been the moving way in which Australians have taken the Iranian women's football team into their hearts.
Yes, Australians want to see our government protect Iranians, Iranian women and others. But on the very same day that Labor reached out to protect a handful of brave Iranian football players, they shut the door to 7,200 other Iranians that have passports to come to Australia for business, for tourism. And why did they shut the door to those 7,200 Iranians with another piece of ugly legislation? Because they didn't want any other Iranians to have the opportunity that the Iranian women's football team had.
Australia continues to stand with the brave people of Iran in their struggle against oppression.
Do you know what Labor's supporting? Labor's supporting a US missile strike on an Iranian girls' school that killed over 100 schoolgirls in the first few hours of this. The Greens have condemned the Iranian regime and the violence of the Iranian regime, but we condemn the illegal violence of Israel and the US too.
Authorised by Jay McCall, Australian Greens, Canberra.